Come join us as we go RVing, cruising, and visiting Disney. Welcome to Retired Life Ollie Style.
Hey, what's up there, everybody? Hey, listen, we're at an RV park, a KOA, where we could not get a site with sewer. So I've had a portable tote for years that I've never used. Thing is dusty, never ever used it. So I have to use it for the first time this trip because we're going to be here for a while. So you see, I've already hooked up short hose that came with the tote, and this is a tote-N-Stor 25-gallon portable tote. So I've hooked it up with the short hose that came with the tote to my drain valves, and now I'm gonna drain it out. I've watched several YouTube videos on draining and how to control the flow. So I'm only gonna do the gray water this time to kind of get a little bit of practice. If I should happen to spill something, it'll only be the gray. So let's give it a shot, shall we? First thing I'm gonna do, however, is put on my gloves. Now, I hooked this up without gloves because it's completely dry. It's never been used, so there's really no issues there. But now I'm gonna put on my gloves and I'm going to see what I can do. All right, so I'm gonna run inside real quick. I'm gonna check the level of the gray tank first, and then I'm gonna come out and dump at least about, I'm gonna try to do like 20 gallons out. They say you shouldn't fill it up completely, so I'm gonna try to feel it out, fill up 20 gallons, and then I have to take this thing over to the dump station. Okay? All right, so let me go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. The meter is inside, is registering that the gray tank is full. So I have a 40-gallon tank on the RV. So I'm gonna do half. I'm gonna do 20 gallons in here, make sure I do it right, dump it. If I did it right, I'll come back, I'll do the other 20 gallons, and we should be good to go. So let's see what happens. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Okay, so here's tip number one. This hose is so old, it's about 15 years old. I've never used this tote before. And it is about 15 years old, and it has pinholes. So it's not a good thing. That's why I did the gray water first. So now what I gotta change these connections. I'm gonna change these connections on the hose here. I'll put a new hose on, and we'll drain it that way with my good hoses. They're a little longer, but better than leaking all over the place. All right, so try it again, shall we? All right, so here's try number two. So I had a spare hose here. It's a little longer than what I really need, but it should work for this, and then later on I'll get a shorter hose and I'll make the connection for the next time that I dump. But everything's on, secure, a hose that's good, it won't leak, and again, keep your fingers crossed. Take number two. All right, so second try, not too bad. And it did fill up just a little much, so I have some water in the hose here, so I'm gonna have to dump this, come back, drain out what's ever in the hose, and then I should be good to go. All right, hey, you learn by trial and error. Been camping for a long time, but hey, you know, first time I'm using this, so not too bad. All right. All right, so now we are at the dumping stage. We've got it hooked up. We've drained it. I have my short hose hooked up to the tote, comes down, and my elbow piece is down in the drain. Now all I have to do is, I don't know if you can see it over here, it might be out of the frame. There's that air suction release. I open that up, I lift up, and she should come right on out. All right, so we'll see. Let's hope that this stays down. What I might do is not use this ring, because I think it keeps it up too much. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it down like that. That's a much better fit. That is a much better fit. Put that on top. Keep that from opening up. Just drain out any excess water that might be in the hose. Now, I would call this a win-win situation. I had no spillage. The tank is now empty. I did see that they do sell caps for this end and for that end, so I think I may go ahead and purchase those. They have them right here in the campground store. I don't think they cost too much, maybe 10-15 bucks, but this way I can close it up, keep anything from getting in it, and keep it from any little excess water dripping out. But again, this was only gray water, and I'm gonna say that this was a win. We'll take the cap, put the cap back on, put the vent cap back on, and there we have a good draining of the tanks. So this was my first time draining these my tanks with a tote. And again, this is called the tote-N-Stor. I hope you guys can see that. This is called the tote-N-Stor 25-gallon portable tote tank, whatever you want to call it. Portable honey wagon, portable RV waste tank, whatever you want to call it. Now I did have one problem, one situation, which I'll talk about in a second. It also comes with a metal handle that actually goes around that handle right there. And you take that and it attaches to that, and then you hook it onto a hitch and you can tow it to wherever your dump station is. Well, I can't find mine. Again, 15 years not using this thing. I can't find mine. So I had to kind of jerry rig it, and the trunk of my car, I used a tow strap, wrapped it around, hooked it up, tightened it up, towed it over. So it worked. That was my only hiccup. So guys, if you have any questions, or if you have any experiences with you guys with your tote, or if you want to have any questions, again, I'm not experienced, the first time ever using it, put those comments down below, and I'll put the name of the tote again, and we will see you guys next time. This was just a short instructional video. Hope it helps somebody out there, and if it does, fantastic. All right, you guys enjoy your day.
Now it's time for us to get to getting.
Get to getting.
See y'all.
See you, everybody. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.
And please ring that bell so you know when new content drops.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right.